So you guys, I want to try keep so you guys, this is kind of like an update to the channel, but not really. This is also morning news, right? All right. This is a segment I want to make sure to be very consistent with on this channel every morning to bring you some of the headlines going on domestically and worldwide, and basically, of course, how they affect you. I want to thank everybody who's been, again, I'm going to say thank you again to a lot of people who have been subscribing, who have been listening, who have been commenting. Even if the comments are negative, I don't care. I love debates. I want to expand this media company. I want this to be huge. I do, because the press has been taken over by propaganda and corruption, and citizens are doing the job that the news was supposed to be doing, and we can do it. Let's get into a couple headlines that I saw. Wanted to share it with you guys. Of course, this first one that I always talk about is war with China. New U.S. Marine units are taking position on key terrain around Taiwan as tensions rise with China. The U.S. and Japan said in January that a Marine Littoral Regiment will be set up by Japan by 2025. A Marine Littoral Regiment will also hold a major exercise in the northern Philippines this spring. Those moves reflect U.S.'s focus on being able to operate around Pacific in a war with China. I mean, I mean, like, oh, we're just gonna go to war with China. U.S. Marine Corps units designed to fight on remote lands will soon take position close to Taiwan, reflecting preparations by U.S. and its allies for a potential conflict with China. Okay, we're saying that over the island that Beijing claims as part of its territory. But it's not just, again, it's not a claim. Like, we know about this one China policy. This month, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced that a Marine artillery regiment based on Japanese island of Okinawa would be reorganized as a Marine Littoral Regiment. Okay, so the article is pretty extensive, and I'm not going to read the whole article on the channel, but they go into talking about, they saw how China was sending out missiles after Nancy Pelosi went and visited Taiwan. They're saying like China is becoming more aggressive, but these people are purposely disrespecting exactly what they said they wouldn't. They're going back on their word, which what is new with our establishment, right? And again, I say that is the problem. Like, y'all are pushing us into a war. We already, and what I want you to know too, MSNBC doesn't talk about the headlines don't really talk about the Ukraine war anymore. Somehow, America, I will say, is going to find a way to slowly pull itself out of that war and leave Europe to play themselves with Russia. How diabolical is that? I mean, it is a very diabolical. So I am working on right now doing some real deep research so we can timeline how we got to this point and what exactly happened for us to be here. And now, don't forget too, guys, as I said, since we're talking anti-war, I will be at the Rage Against War rally in Washington, D.C. on February 19th. Guys, come out and support and come and see me. All these wars that the American people are paying for, whether even if our tax money isn't quite paying for this war because we've borrowed against ourselves so much that it's our great grandchildren's tax money that's paying for this war, the inflation that we're dealing with is paying for this war. And while these wars are being, these military exercises are being paid for by our inflation, you get headlines like this. Americans are in for more economic pain this year as the Fed signals its war on inflation will continue. They added in so much money with all these bills and just sloshed up just threw a bunch of money and just sloshing around money, and it inflated the money. And now we're dealing with the symptoms. So they raised the interest rates 25 basis points on Wednesday, a slowdown from December. Powell said said the increases will continue, and it's better to do too much than too little to fight inflation. This means Americans will experience more tightening this year as recession concerns persist. And this is where they piss me off. Recession concerns persist. We're already in a recession. Come on now. Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep doing this? And that's basically the bullet points from that article. But again, like I said, we know that they keep lying. Like, oh, we're not sure. We might be in a recession. While eggs is freaking $7 a carton. Like, like, what else do we need to know? All right, guys. So when we know these things, we know better, we do better. Guys, thank you for coming in to Morning News with that girl, Casey. And let's keep the likes coming. Please keep the likes coming. And we'll make this a thing, guys. Thank you for coming through. I'll see you at the next video. Bye.